Hey everyone. Okay, so first off, this chapter wasted no time in answering a question I had from last chapter, which is how long Shin can keep his oversight ability active. And the funny thing is, the answer Suzuki gives to this question isn't even based on a number, but a concept, which is motor readiness potential, which, yes, believe it or not, is a very real thing. It's an it's the idea that when we consciously perceive our bodies performing an action, the action itself is subconsciously predetermined, at least if I understand the way Wu-Tang is explaining it. So for Shin, it's not so much about time, but more so how far he can read his opponent's actions. And I'm not gonna lie, applying a neural scientific term to Shin's clairvoyance over arbitrary rules like a time limit is a much cooler idea, because at that point it just means any future training Shin goes through is going to be through the lens of training his mind, how he controls his brain activity, and how he filters his thoughts to be able to go into this state again. It's a very cool way of applying a very real concept to it. Now, in saying that, let's talk about the criticism I had from last chapter that Suzuki kind of addressed in this chapter, which was Lou and her penchant for getting knocked out, leaving Shin to save her. Well, this chapter gave Lou her own power-up as after consuming a bottle of pure ethanol, her drunken fist style got upgraded to drunken triad style, making her even more vicious than she was before. And believe it or not, I'm gonna be that guy who says I'm of two minds on this. Because on one hand, it was epically hilarious seeing Shin and Liu beat Saw's ass around to the point where he was begging to be spared, not wanting to die in order so he could go on and keep killing more people, like showing just how truly pathetic he is. But on the other hand, my big question is, so is this going to be the extent of her development? Is any new strength increase always going to be tied to the idea that she needs to get drunk off her ass in order to be a viable fighter? Like, yeah, I know that sounds like a petty issue to have, and maybe I'm thinking about it too logically, but putting so much focus on her getting drunk in order to get stronger, it feels like there's going to be, or should be, some long-term consequences to that idea, and should technically push her to get stronger herself, so she doesn't need to rely on getting drunk all the time to win a fight. But that's kind of my biggest problem, is Suzuki himself doesn't seem interested in addressing this as an issue, at least so far. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my weird ass self, but I'm kind of used to the idea. I am used to a certain idea of, like, yeah, like the power up is nice, but you also need to get stronger yourself in order to stronger yourself, so you don't always need to rely on that stronger form or whatnot. So it's like, I don't know. I'm hoping that this is something that, with so many chapters I still have yet to review, I'm hoping that somewhere down the line, that Suzuki had realized this too. But I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see on this one, I guess. Now, but yeah, but in either scenario, now that they've defeated Saw, they have one of the prisoners in their grasp, and we'll likely go straight into questioning him next chapter about X and his current plans. Although considering the first warning, concerning the warning that basically Nagamo gave them at the beginning of this arc, when this arc like really got going. I wouldn't be surprised if the JA is already on the scene just waiting for the fight to end. Like, it wouldn't be the most surprising thing, since Mr. Nagamo did make it clear to Taro that in order to stay out of the JA's way before even attempting this. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised if Saw ends up like pretty much like getting out of Shin and Liu's grasp on this one. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Dark, follow me on Blue Sky, and OS Crunchyroll. Be sure to click the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of Running, signing off. Later, everyone.